Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Off the Table Guardians of Parna, episode 45. Yeah, happy to have you this afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is for you. We're glad that you made it here to our humble place where our heroes are going to have a whale of a time, hopefully, as they figure out what they're going to do next. Because last week, they took on the Dark Mages at the top of the tower, where they had set a trap to lure the Keepers and spread them thin across the kingdom. And the Keepers brought a good sizable force to attack the tower, and upon the Guardians showing up late in the night, they ascended and fought, killing Malcronus, his pal Xerxes, and several other mages at the cost of losing twice Inna, the first time being sucked into a fiery fissure produced by a very dangerous magical item. Keeper Nibble sacrificed himself and four other keepers, seemingly being taken in the similar fashion to trade their souls for hers, rendering her back onto the material plane. Whereas another mage decided to use one of the staff that was dropped by Malcronus to use it to break it, causing a giant eruption of force, killing Chill and Inna, and himself disappearing to an unknown place. You guys dispatched one of the golems that was still at the top of the tower, rendering the other one inert as it is still floating in the middle of the reverse gravity field in the middle of this tower. And as you guys take a second to think about what you want to do, you have the body of Inaliadon lying there next to you, and Chill is directly south by the door. So currently the Guardians of Parna, what would you guys like to do?
First of all, is that the time we've used Inna's last name? Because I wasn't aware of that until I looked down and saw that it was that name.
I mean, you may or may not know her. You might not know her last name. I don't know.
I do now. There was a voice from the heavens or something. Okay, so when we were fighting before we get to what we're doing right now, I think I remember mages jumping off this tower. Is that true?
Correct.
Can I look down and see what's going on below us to see, kind of what's going on with the battle down there?
Yep. Make a perception check. It is dark, so it's hard to tell. But most of the fighting, you believe, has stopped. You don't hear or see bolts or things flying anymore. In the darkness, you can see bodies strewn around the perimeter, but you don't see any mages that jumped off, and you can't currently tell which way the battle is turned.
Can I tell if the barrier is still up around this tower?
You cannot tell. Not from here.
What happens? Oh, I'm gonna revert back to myself, and then I want to just shoot a firebolt straight above me at the barrier where I knew the barrier was.
Okay. Yeah, so you shoot a firebolt straight up, and firebolt goes how far? 120 feet? That's the range on it anyways, right?
No, my range is 240 feet for it.
Oh. Yeah, so it goes up a good ways, and then poof, it seems to hit something.
Well, I think that answers that question.
Do I see any big levers up here that I could just pull a lever and that would just fall?
Make an investigation check. Okay, so you start to kind of look. You do find these. You're very careful around these balls of energy, as you guys have seen what they do. And as you get closer, it's about softball size, about a foot. Well, not quite a foot, half a foot in size, and it's just like pulsing with this blue energy. Just as you get near it, it's got this, and so you kind of back off of those. But as you kind of check around, open the doors to these two rooms, you don't see anybody. No one is in there anymore. There's no portals. There's no tiny huts. But you just see all of these pedestals that either do or do not hold a ball of energy. You find the two staircases, but no levers or no mechanical means that you think are connected to this barrier.
I'm not one that knows magics, so I don't know. You want me to hit one of these blue things? These blue snow globes?
Maybe from very, very far away.
Well, we know that they were exploding off when we got near them. They got too close.
Can we throw Inna at a few of them?
Oh!
I have
Zan.
a feeling I got flipped off from behind that cloth.
When you were inside the Pokeball, time didn't seem to change for you, did it?
I was aware of time.
So you did. So the time does still pass like normal.
I cannot confirm nor deny if it passes the same amount outside of the sphere, but I was still there for a time.
Until I know for sure we're in a safe spot, I'd like to go over to Enna's body. Use my glove, use like a cloth from my pack, and pick up the Pokeball and touch her body with it.
Okay. Yeah, as you touch her skin, the whole body seems to be absorbed into the ball.
No. Let it back out. Trust me.
I was just holding on to this so if something else to make sure her body was safe.
Trust me, though. Just trust me.
Okay. Oh.
And the other body comes out.
I'm gonna cast Gentle Repose on both Inna and Chill's body.
Inna is currently inside the ball.
No, I'll release it. He told me to release it.
You can't release her.
You're not attuned.
Oh, yeah. Can you touch the other body and make them switch back?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, so you touch the dead mage, and he is sucked in and out produces Inna's body.
Do their bodies look whole and intact and no missing organs and heads still there and stuff and things?
Make a perception check. As you're checking over them, making sure that nothing's missing.
27 work.
So you take Chill, and you look over him. You kind of check, and you see that there's this giant gash wound on his head, and you can kind of discern that it was not necessarily the force it was the hitting of the stone wall that probably did it. Same thing with Inna. You kind of check, and her head just seems kind of smashed, but they have all their limbs, and apart from looking just terrible, they are in one piece.
And I can confirm that brain is still inside head, or at least still intact.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to cast Gentle Repose on both of their corpses. And that will give us extra time. for any spell. So even if something happens and I can't do mine, it will allow us to do other stuff and things.
Okay. So as you cast the spell over each body, a small silver shimmer kind of comes out from your hands, and seemingly as the salt is kind of placed there, as it goes over, you watch the shimmer just across the body and then disappear, almost acting as a protective barrier from decay and being able to become undead.
So my takeaway is that gives us 20 days, correct? 10 days under the influence of gentle repose, and that doesn't count towards the 10 days of raised dead.
For
raised dead also has 10 days of its time limit, so that
correct.
gives us 20 days. Okay, just making sure I was correct.
That's how I read it. Yep.
Sir. At this time, I'll inform the group that I am more than capable of returning them back to the mortal plane. I would like to bring my friends back, and that I just need a little assistance because the last time I was in town, I forgot to restock for my spells that I had prepared. I need 2 diamonds, each one worth 500 gold apiece or more. I can give you some gold. Even though, I think
Not worried
have that covered.
Not worried about the gold.
First thing though, I say let's check the tower, see if.
Yeah, I got a little plan here, if it's okay. If you don't mind.
Yeah. Let's put our heads together and get our friends back.
Okay, so we're all standing together. I want to walk away from the group, kind of. I see Chill over here, but I want to go to this guy right here. You see him?
Mm-hmm.
I want to check him for stuff. Does he have any stuff?
Okay, roll for checking stuff.
That would be athletics, right?
Totally.
With advantage.
Usually it's investigation, but
no, he's gonna grab him by one ankle and just shake him like they do at the schoolyard to get this.
Yeah,
that would be athletics.
I understand. You take a second to kind of look over. 15. This guy didn't seem like he was very high up on the totem pole. So he has kind of usual things. So he has a spell book, he has a dagger, has a staff that probably used as his spell focus. And then you do see kind of a necklace around his neck.
I'll take the necklace. I'll take those other things you mentioned and just set them on the ground. But I'll put the necklace in my pack. To be determined later. Is that cool?
Okay.
Then I pick him up. How far do you think I can fling him? I don't know what the rules are on that.
Which direction are you trying to fling him?
I'm trying to fling him towards this blue object here. Oh, what's this, by the way?
That's the force cage that is still up.
The force cage that Nibble got trapped in.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it's this 10 by 10 by 10, just like purple cube, essentially.
Okay.
So we can assume that's not a concentration spell that caused it. Maybe a trap, or maybe the spellcaster's still alive and still nearby.
All viable options. So, if I
I
want
was just gonna say yes.
If I want to fling a guy here, how far can I fling him to get it there? With I'm trying. You know what I'm trying to do.
Trying to explode the ball
without taking damage myself.
It's gonna be a bloody mess.
I would say you could probably get him from there. You just have to roll your athletics check.
Okay, you guys cool with that? Chain reaction blows the entire tower off. We're all dead. Okay, athletics check. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna rage and do that. Okay, because then I get advantage.
Okay. So mark your rage.
I have done so.
28. So you take the body of the guy and you just like shot put him. And he just goes face first into this orb that's just sitting there going. And as soon as he like breaks contact and breaks whatever is sealing the magic inside, there's this eruption. And this body is just thrown. But nobody's close enough to take damage. But you just watch this implosion / explosion. So it's kind of, it goes poof, and then
As he does that, can I watch the barrier? Or can I see the barrier and see if it's affected in any way?
well, you can kind of see the top of the barrier.
I know I shot it.
Right, you know it's there, but with it still being dark, it's past midnight now and very dark.
Do I notice like any shimmer or anything?
You don't see any change above you.
So there's this guy to the south of me. I want to check him for loot.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Oh, is that is that Xerxes?
Yep.
Totally want to check Xerxes. Okay.
So you rifle through him, and you're just still kind of upset by this guy's presence, even his body, even though he's not living. So you're just like ruffling through packs and things and kind of looking for anything that could be useful. And you don't really, you're still raging, so you just like tearing things apart. You kind of rip his clothes, and
this cloak has a button on it. I don't know how to get through this button.
The one thing that you find in your rage, you're unable to really distinguish it, and so you throw it down and it snaps, and then you kind of break and you're like, oh, that was probably a wand. Uh-oh. So you don't really find anything of use.
Does he have a crest, like a family crest or anything, holding his cape closed or anything? Do I see that?
There's nothing notable except maybe once you kind of take a second, you do find a signet ring that has the Dark Mage's symbol on it.
I'm going to take that for Beowulf. You guys okay if I fling this guy, or do you want to look at him first before I do?
The beheaded guy? No, fling him.
Fling away, friend. Fling away.
I fling him at the one here, the next one.
Okay. Roll an athletics check.
Still raging, right? Because that didn't take long.
I'll allow it, but if you don't take damage or you're not attacked, you're gonna lose your rage.
If I do attack, I keep the rage. This is a form of attack.
Oh, this is attack. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure. All right, so you throw this guy, same fashion. You just harpoon him, and the same thing. Just
You guys want to check these guys for loot while I line up the next shot?
But these bodies are now destroyed.
I see 2 more. I see 3 more total, and I know there's 4 things, so we'll see what happens. Oh, there's also the construct. I could use the construct. No, the dead one, not the floating one.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I'll go ahead and I'll search the bodies.
Okay, investigation check.
A 9.
It's far superior to my roll.
Okay, you pat him down. He's got kind of a hat on that's, kind of like a wizard-looking hat. So you're not sure if there's anything really there or not. You do notice across the way that the other guy's wearing one too, so it could be a symbol of status or it could be magical. You're not sure. But their robes are very nice and like purple and green and some yellow. As you kind of go through the pockets, he's got a handful of change on him, and then he has this small purple bead. Is kind of the most important thing, rather than of course his spell book, and he has what looks like a ring, looks like a spell focus.
I'll take the bead since it looks interesting.
Okay. Chad, are you gonna fling anyone else?
I'll fling the Zines guy. Zanfalcon might want to stand back a little bit. And I'll fling him at this one.
Okay.
What's Zanfalcon moves?
Yeah,
You don't
wrong
want to be
way.
there. You don't want to be
Timed
there.
that correctly. I clicked the
What
thing right
about
as he was
right
moving it.
there? Is that okay? Another one bites the dust.
Athletics. Okay, yeah, easy enough. You're just picking these dead people, and you're just kind of launching them. Successfully disarmed.
Literally, too.
Well,
he has no arms.
So, oh no, that's Malcronus.
Well, I mean,
have
now that
any
he's
arms,
jumped, now that I threw him on the blue thing, his arms blew off.
pretty much.
I'll search this guy too.
Okay.
I'll search the construct while she's doing that.
Okay. Investigation checks.
That's a bit better. 16.
16. This guy has a couple of rings, about 3 rings, 2 on one hand, 1 on the other. So just keep, when you're writing your loot down, just write where you're getting them from, so I can tell you when you try to figure out what they are. So this guy has 3 rings. One is a signet ring, and then the other 2 are on one hand. He has a staff, his spell book. He's wearing a similar hat, and this guy also has some sort of necklace.
I'll take the necklace, the 2 rings that aren't the signet ring, and the spellbook.
Okay.
What should I put next to this so that when we have to reference him later? Dark Mage number or what? Or do you have him named specifically?
Yeah, Dark Mage, Archmage.
Dark Mage, Archmage, got
it. Chad, this construct is lifeless, so there's no glow left to his eyes, and his sword was lost, so he doesn't really have anything on him as you kind of just check the nooks and crannies.
I would like to push him onto the blue thing.
All right. Make an athletics check to flip him. All right. So you kind of take his arm and you put it up, and this is a really like heavy guy. But you kind of lift with your legs, and you're still like angry. So you push, and you're doing all this kind of quickly to not lose your rage. But you just do it. You just push him over. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Stand by, please. This is something that I can see happening, right?
Yes.
So I get advantage on that too.
Okay. Okay. So you push this, and as soon as it crushes the ball, the explosion pushes this construct towards you, and you step out of the way just in time as it is flung and then starts to just coast on this bed of reverse gravity. But you take no damage as you get out of the way.
Okay. Is it just one more? Oh, 2 more. Oh, okay. I pick up this guy.
Okay.
And I'm going to fling him at the lower one. Probably from what there.
Yeah, it's been about 20 feet, so yeah. Okay. You disarm that one.
Okay. You want to check the last guy? I'm bad at investigation, Signies.
Yeah, I'll check what's left of Malcronus. I don't think there's much left on him, but I'll check.
All right. Investigation.
$18.
So Malcronus is missing his arms, one of which held the amulet that was taken, the arm laying right where you stand. And on the other side, you just see bits of blue energy where the staff was shattered on his body, besides his spellbook and a few daggers. Doesn't seem to be much. These seem to be the two things that he really was using.
Check his hands too. They're over there and over there. Might have rings. You never know.
You're able to recover one hand that has two rings, one of which is a signet ring and another a gold band.
We cool?
Yep. Hold on, let me step back.
I pick him up, stand about there, and fling him.
Okay. You have successfully used the bodies to blow up the magical bombs. But no change with the barrier, as you can see.
Well, at least it's safe for the children.
I would say at this point, then, your rage has ended.
Very well.
Well, something's keeping this barrier intact, and something's keeping this anti-gravity field intact.
And the prison cage thing, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Just dispel all magic right now. Just cast dispel magic on everything.
I don't have it prepared.
Like, should we go down the tower and... there's doors here. Do we want to check inside? Did we look in the doors? Did I look in the doors when I was looking around for a lever?
No, we looked inside those doors before when we were missed, and that was where the tiny huts were.
You checked these doors when you did a sweep looking for levers. You didn't. You just saw a few pedestals, and you saw they were empty.
Do we need to put something on the pedestals? I start grabbing corpses and put them on pedestals.
There's not a lot of the corpses left, but you start taking bits of sinew and body and just like placing them on these pedestals.
Did it work?
You don't notice any change or anything that's different.
I am terrible at magic.
Let's go down where we were originally heading towards and see where else this leads us.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Enna and pick her up and carry her and start heading down. I'm not gonna take the lead this time. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
I'll take middle or back. Is somebody gonna grab Chill?
Yes.
I'm not very strong.
Okay, you lead the way.
I'm a -1.
This
we have
stuff,
any
you can
rope?
probably... I'm sure you can carry Chill.
I don't
Okay,
know. How
I'm a
heavy is
one.
Chill? Isn't he a dire wolf or something? Like, isn't he a couple 100 pounds?
I'm gonna carry both Enna and Chill.
Before we go on, though, I am going to cast a level 4 Cure Wounds on myself because I am down several hit points.
Does anybody know any like levitate spell or something? The bodies can float behind us.
No, hold on.
So, Chad, Zan would tell you that you have to make sure to keep the copper pieces over the eyes of the bodies. Otherwise, the spell that he cast will be inert.
I get out some duct tape and just tape them to her eyes. Is that what you meant? Is that what you meant, buddy?
Yeah, good job.
And I'm going to go ahead and cast it one more time on myself, too.
It's fine. I don't need any hit points before we leave.
You want? I have some potions I can give you.
No, I've got some spells.
I mean, I can be. If you want me to play healer, I'll play healer.
I'm only 30 down now from where I'm at, so I'm okay. Especially if I'm going to be taking the lead going down.
I forgot that I'm legit almost dead, so hold on for a second.
Can you still shapeshift?
No, I can't.
Oh, shoot.
I can via spell.
Well, okay. I can take the lead, but somebody's got to carry things, you know? I'm okay. I don't need any healing. I'm good. This was just another day for Chad. So if you guys want to carry Inna and chill, I'll take the lead and lead it with my axe. I can even make my axe glow to help you guys see. It's a thing I can do. It's like magic, but different.
I think you're probably our best line of defense to make sure their bodies stay safe.
Okay, so you want me to carry both or just the one? Maybe you two can carry chill. I'll carry Inna. Take one of the cloaks off of one of these mages, if there's a cloak left, and you guys can do like an improvised stretcher for chill.
Can we not put a body in the Pokeball?
I don't know if it's going to get disturbed and lose the copper pieces over the eyes and no longer have the benefit of the spell.
Yeah, but when you were in the Pokeball, and it shook it, and nothing happened to you.
Are you sure?
Like, you didn't say anything happened to you when she shook you.
So what's the marching order?
I guess
I'll take the lead.
First? Okay. You go first. I'll go second. I'll carry Inna and make sure I don't disturb the coins on her eyes and make sure they stay where they are. It's a balancing act, but I'm up for it. Zan, do you need any, you want something to quaff? Because I can give you something to quaff if you need it.
Hold on, I'm still trying to get there. If anybody needs any of these HP, just let me know.
We just lost Dreve.
What?
Oh, the cameras are bad. Dreve,
oh no!
You there, Dreve? Dreve?
She's typing.
Oh, she's back. Okay. I am me. You're you. Chinese is now Boom. And Boom is Chinese.
I'm sorry. It's going to mess up the cameras. I'm sorry.
Hey, Dreve's DMing this one.
Yeah, my internet just completely crashed.
Okay, I think we're good. At least on this one. The other one we're not. So if we go to map, I'm going to have to adjust it.
Okay.
Sorry.
What's my mass healing word just rolled a 4, but isn't it supposed to be a 4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier?
It's the 13 plus the 4, right? 13, you got the spellcasting
No,
modifier.
that's a different spell. That was prayer of healing. Mass healing word. I thought it was a 1d4 plus.
Plus 5?
1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Which is my wisdom, right?
Yeah, the other
Yes.
spells, it's
So-
5, I think.
It's supposed to be 5, right? Can you look at my page real quick and see? Because it says that the add ability mod to damage or healing is checked, but it's not showing, like it's not doing what it's supposed to. Actually, hold on. Let me just delete it and drag it over, because we had to do that last time. Remember when I had this trouble last episode?
Mm-hmm.
All right, it fixed it. So that was supposed to be a 9 plus an 8.
Is that to everybody or just you?
No, y'all get that too.
Oh, how much total? What?
17.
So we get a total of 17?
Yeah, so far.
Almost taught me off.
Yeah, I'm only 13 down, so.
You're better off than I am. I'm 15 down.
Yeah, I'll take the lead then.
I'm
That's
still
totally legit.
I'm still like 20 down, but I'm out of spell slots that I can use.
Would you like a beverage, sir?
No, I've got one potion left that if we get in dire straits, I'll need, but I'm no longer at 12 HP, so there's that.
Here, I got you.
Are you gonna do it from the rod?
No, I'll use a spell slot for it.
Oh, I'm special enough to get spell slots. Hell,
Yeah.
I mean, heck yeah.
Oh, you only got 13 from it, though. I rolled
Yeah,
really
that's
crappy
great.
on that.
I hand him a superior healing potion. What's the superior? You have that bookmarked, I think.
Saved in our thingy.
The superior is gonna be 8d4 plus 8.
I've had those for quite a while, and I never use them, so might as well drink up.
I mean, I could have saved like 7 spell slots there and just quaffed that from the get go.
I offered.
I didn't know we had like that good of potions laying around.
I have 2 greater and 2 regular on me.
Yeah, I have 1 greater left, and that's it.
Okay.
But I just need to stop trying to tank damage. Even though my AC improved, I still apparently get smacked around a lot.
Should we head down?
Yeah.
Okay. Marching order signees, me, Zen Falcon.
Okay. So Zines, you descend the stairs, which are now completely webbed.
They're webbed again? I thought they got rid of the webs when they all came up.
They did, but they seem to have rejoined over the staircase in your guys' time up here.
I'll produce flame and shoot it down there.
Okay. So you kind of burn away the webs, clear enough for you guys to walk down. So you walk down the staircase to the next floor, which is the one that you guys had descended to the first time. You can see the open across to the other staircase And that's about everything in this chamber. You just see across the hole to the other staircase, and there is the about 10 foot around this staircase.
Right, so there's nothing else really noticeable in this room.
That's right.
Noteworthy.
We were wisps coming up here, weren't we? That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we had landed on this platform right here originally.
Right.
And you got sucked up through the gravity.
But I caught it. I'm good.
Yeah.
Can we still descend? Is there still staircases down?
There's still staircase going downwards. So how would you like to proceed?
Same order? Yeah? Okay. We continue.
Okay. So you continue to burn these webs as you get to what looks like another inlet that would let you off at another floor. Zinies, make a perception check.
I'm decent at these. Hey, 28.
Okay. Through the dark, besides the whole staircase is lit up, but it's dark. And as you kind of peek out, this part of the staircase, there's only a small inlet that you could walk out onto. And you look across, and there seems to be this small bridge that goes across the hole that you can see descending. And you can see the other staircase, but it just seems relatively empty for the amount of tower that's here. But the only thing is this small bridge that leads across the hole.
I think I've seen this. I think this is where you walk across there, and then you go around the wall and you pull something down, which lowers the force field onto the Death Star. I've seen that puppet show. Uh-oh, we lost her again.
Why that's happening, I'm going to make sure I did this correct. Indeed, I did.
Nice.
Feeling better now, buddy? Oh, you
No,
didn't
I
drink
didn't
it.
quaff it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the
This is a
testing.
test, yeah.
I don't know if something's happened since the last update to Roll20, but there's multiple little inconsistencies with my character sheet. So I'm going to have to go through, and I may have to one at a time remove spells and put them back on, or remove spells and put them back on. Did it just kick her out of voice? Yes, it did. But we have camera, just no audio.
I agree.
She's back.
Welcome back.
Hey, guys.
I really like that. Oh, she's back. Okay.
Did it shift the cameras at all again, or no?
No, it just put you back where you were when you came in.
Yeah, it shot Anna out into space. We don't know where she's at.
Wait, you'll see. This is why I said we should have put her in the Pokeball. No, nobody wanted to listen to me.
I still got her.
So I didn't hear anything that you just described. I'm sorry, Boom.
So there's the staircase that's descending, and there's an inlet that you could walk out onto, and you see a bridge across to the other side of the staircase, but it seems, and then there's the hole, but that's it. So it seems relatively empty for the amount of tower that's here.
And then I told a super funny joke, and then you crashed.
So your joke broke my internet, is what you're trying to tell me.
Well, I was using the Star Wars reference. I don't think that actually breaks internet connections. That only solidifies them.
No, I think it broke it because I don't like. Anyway, I'll like continue going down then if there's nothing significant to be seen.
Okay.
Boom. I'm sorry. I have a question.
Okay. Okay.
Is it a
I'm sorry,
difficult? Is it a difficult to formulate question?
Well, yeah, it really is. I'm truly trying to like.
That's what it seemed like to me.
I just didn't want it to become publicly known that I was confused on something.
It doesn't apply in this instance.
But normally, if in case the target did drop to 0 or negative, then I could potentially do that.
Yes. Because it was outright death.
Right.
With
yeah,
there was
the greater was the damage was greater. Yeah, I
there was no
and I was just
there was no
sure.
there was no bleeding out. If there's bleeding out and there's death saving throws involved, then that comes into play.
Okay, I just got to make sure I'm paying attention.
So Zines, you burn the last of these webs, and you see the staircase start to descend to solid ground. And as you reach the last step, you suddenly hear, "Go away, keepers! Go away, keepers! Go away, keepers! Go away, keepers!
That's not
Go
us.
away, keepers! Go away, keepers!
Do I hear
Go
where
away."
that sound's originating from?
It seems to be coming right above you in the staircase.
If I look up, do I see anything?
You see this mouth on the wall that is just going, "Go away, keepers! Go away, keepers!"
Can I just blast it with fire? A firebolt.
We're not keepers. It's a terrible security system.
Yeah.
Does a 15 hit?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, hey. Oh, I was almost max damage. 18.
So it hits, and you watch as the fire, and the mouth continues. "Go away, keepers! Go away, keepers! Go away, keepers!"
What if I take a cloak out of my bag and throw it over it?
You do hear muffled, but still at the same volume. "Go away, keepers! Go away, keepers! Go away, keepers!"
Do we want to mess with it? We can just keep going.
Yeah, I think we'll just ignore it and keep going.
Okay.
It doesn't apply to us. It's not our alarm, so...
We're not keepers, like you said.
So we don't need to go to the map, but for your visual, the bottom left is where we are now. So you come out of the staircase, and you can see the other staircase across from you, across this pool of water that you can see. To the right, there seems to be a door, and to the left, there's an opening. But as you look up, you can see that this is where the hole goes all the way to the top. And when you look, surprisingly, there is water still in the well.
What happens if I take a copper piece out and just throw it in there? Interesting.
What happens if I throw Inna in there?
Do you do that?
No.
Okay.
The look on his face, like, what? I have a feeling that's what Cass's face looked like, too, behind the cloth when he suggested that.
I'm the one who came back from the dead to try to, like, be the guy that kind of helps ease the transition of people's passing and coming back and such. And you're like, oh, well, let me just defile this corpse by flinging it around. Death is sacred, darn it.
If you say so.
You look, just because you haven't died yet, and some of us have died a couple times, doesn't mean nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly, gingerly peek around the corner on this side.
Okay. So as you kind of hug the wall, you can feel that the reverse gravity is not affecting, but you feel the closer that you get towards the water, it would come into effect. So you kind of snake around. You peek around the corner. Seems to be an open entryway. You can see a set of a heavy wooden door, approximately 45 feet from you. And then you can see that there's a set of stairs that descends to the right.
Hold on. Right this way?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'll kind of relay that back to the group.
I will hug the wall and follow.
Do we go down further or do we get out of this tower? Because, I mean, until we can take down that force field, we're not getting out of here.
I don't know how to take down force fields. I can hit it with an axe.
Zan? Opinions?
Just don't throw a body at it.
You guys want to look at this necklace? See if it has anything to do with it?
It's a necklace. Looks kind of nice.
No spell slots. I see.
I don't have that spell anymore. I'm not as useful as I used to be.
I'm not... What's my arcana?
Can I hold the necklace and see if it's magical?
My arcana is 1.
I just want to see if it's magical. I'm not trying to identify its properties or anything.
Sure,
Just
sure.
to see if
Yeah, you can get it. You can try to get a sense. Sure. Do an Arcana check.
19?
It has magical properties.
Okay, so it does have, there is something magical about it. I just can't tell you what it is. From that check, can I tell if it's nature magic or if it's a different form of magic than what I'm used to? Like, does it give me a different vibe?
You get that it has been magically enchanted to do something.
So, not nature-based.
Correct.
Okay, I'll say that. I'd be like, it's magical, but it's not my type of magical, so I don't know.
Should I poke it and stuff? See what happens?
No.
Okay.
Can I very carefully, seeing as this is a lot of open space with nothing here, can I very carefully skirt the wall along this way and make my way to the stairs over here?
Sure.
Keeping my eyes peeled for traps.
Okay.
And I'll follow in her footsteps.
Okay. You sneak along the side, making sure there's nothing on the wall, and you make it to the staircase. It's a long staircase and kind of just descends in a spiral fashion, but you can't see the bottom.
But if I peek around the corner, do I see anything around the corner other than just descending stairs?
No, you just see descending stairs.
Do we feel like we're at the ground level here and that goes farther down, or does it seem like we need to keep going down to get to the ground level?
Well, there's a door. You see this heavy door, so you can probably assume you're on the ground level and that these would go subterranean.
That's what I was asking, because we are probably ground floor, and if this leads outside, yeah, we can get outside, but we can't get outside the barrier.
Unless there's keepers out there still fighting.
Did we know a magic word for the barrier?
Carrot.
And we tried that, it didn't do anything.
Could we just randomly shout random words at it?
We tried it from the other side of the barrier, not from this side of the barrier. Chad yells carrot. Does anything happen?
From where you are, you hear near the door.
The big front door thing.
The big front door.
That was probably the password to get inside the door. Which means that probably whatever mage put that spell up is still alive somewhere. Do you want to go outside or do we want to go down further?
Yes, but I'd like to find a place to put Enna that's safe. Can we put her in the Pokeball? Or are we worried about the coins thing?
Well, if it has to stay on her like that and chill, I mean, to keep them...
Can we wrap a cloth around her head to keep them on there? Would that work?
Like a burial dressing?
Yeah, like, well, not necessarily that, or even if you just, like, rip a piece of her cloth.
Well, she has a scarf.
Yeah, pull her scarf up.
What about chill?
One, we can only put one creature in the Pokeball at a time. And two...
If Enna's body was carrying chill and you touched Enna's body to the Pokeball, do they both go in? Are we sure? Have we tried this?
We can try. Worst case scenario, we're gonna have to carry. We're just gonna have to carry chill.
So we're gonna take. I'm gonna put Enna on the ground, and then we're gonna take Chill and put Chill in her lap, and then we're gonna start moving her arms around to like hug Chill, and Chill's arms sort of go around Enna to hug Enna, because this seems like we're really respecting the dead here. And then
no, we're gonna do it with all sacred, professional. We're professional, darn it.
I'm tying the scarf around her eyes, and I'm tying a little bit of that to Chill, so they're both wearing the same cloth. And then let's do this. See what happens.
I'll chant as we do it.
So you're taking. Who's taking the ball, the orb, and touching? You're touching who?
Zinies has the orb, so.
Yeah, Zanias would probably do it because she was the original owner of the orb before Enna was.
I've made them as much of one thing as I can.
And you're touching who? Whom?
I'm gonna touch Enna's shoulder.
Okay. You guys.
If it doesn't work, I got another thing I can try.
Problem is, if I give you a small little inkling, then you guys are gonna be like, well, how many people can we really fit in this when time comes? We gotta fight the bad guys.
Okay, so they both go in. Okay, let's go.
So Anna disappears and Chill is left.
Okay, you guys are magical, so you know about magical junk. So I have a question, theoretically, about the bag of holding and Chill in his current state.
As long as she doesn't shake the bag, I think they'll be fine.
I know that you can't put a living being in there because it can't breathe. But can I put Chill in the bag of holding in the most possible respectful way I possibly can?
He won't decay either because of X's spell.
It'd be very nice.
I put Chill in the bag of holding very respectfully. I wrap him up in a spare cloak that I guess we have. I'm sure I have one in my inventory.
Pots and pans.
And just nicely wrap him up and put him in my bag of holding.
Oh gosh, make a dexterity check to not have to mash his body into this small opening.
I'm gonna. Oh,
You're trying to be nimble in the way that you set him in, and not just like smash him into this hole that's way too small for his body.
yeah, that's a dex save. I can't do that. So okay, dex check. That legendary dwarven dexterity.
Come on, nat 20.
Oops, 18.
Okay, so 18. So you take the front paws, you kind of slide him in there. You take his head and you gingerly put it
Reverse
in, and
birthing?
you kind of like give it a good old shimmy. And while that is not the way the bags of holding are supposed to be held, you successfully get his body in there. You'll probably need help getting him out
Okay.
in one piece.
So I've done that, and I feel super good about that because that didn't make me sad at all in my heart. Do you want to go down now? Because I think we're free. We got our arms free now.
I'm going to take that little handkerchief that I have the cloth in, wrap it entirely around the ball so that no part of the ball is exposed. I'm going to like tuck it inside my armor against me.
Okay.
What did we do with the body on the floor? Oh, no, that was the other room when we just left the body, right?
Yeah, we left it upstairs.
Did we leave it or did I fling it? I'm not sure anymore.
You may have flung it in the most professional way.
The most respectful professional way.
Yeah.
If it's not my friends, I don't keep track.
Revor, who accepted their souls into the afterlife, I'm sure. Because, he's all awesome and everything. Always helps us when I call.
So you guys are going to descend the staircase?
Okay, you say it was super dark down there?
It's super dark everywhere.
Is it
okay.
Underdark?
It's under tower dark.
I mean, you guys are providing your own light, but everywhere else is dark.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to speak the command words and make my axe. Wait, that's the other axe. No, it is this axe.
What's the command word?
Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Pop. And it comes on, and I have, I think, 10 foot and then another 10 foot of dim. Yeah, that's what it is. And I guess I'll take lead if that's okay, Dreef.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to touch Chad and cast light on him. He is pink light, and it shines for a 20-foot radius, bright light, and dim light for another 20 feet. So he's like multicolored, and yeah.
The radiant beacon of pink.
Guys, I'm magical. Look.
We're talking like a soft cotton candy pink, not like a fuchsia pink. Ugh.
I descend.
Okay. You
Follow.
I was going to say, sorry, Anna, we're not rezzing you quite yet, but we're trying. I say to the Pokeball inside Dreve's armor.
Wait, where did you tuck it on your body? Zen's gonna get really close to there on your armor, like really close, and then yell, "Sorry, Anna, we'll get you out soon." But like be uncomfortably close to that area. Awkward.
All right. So you guys descend the staircase.
Checking for traps as we go.
All right. Roll an investigation check.
my legendary Chad investigation.
Am I in the middle or am I in the back?
It's up to you.
Where do you prefer to be?
With you guys? Anywhere? I just want to know our marching order down the stairs.
What is your marching order down the stairs?
I'll go first.
I suspected that.
I'll follow Chad.
I'll bring up the rear then.
Okay.
Can I be actively scanning for stuff and things too? Because I don't trust Chad's ability.
That's fair.
Sure, you can roll an investigation check.
Usually I search for traps by just stepping everywhere I can to see if I step on something.
Hey, if it works, I mean, you know.
Okay, so you descend, you get about halfway down the stairs, and Chad, you're not seeing any mechanical traps. You're not seeing anything that could be magical, although you don't know what you're looking for. And as you get ready to step on a step, Zan grabs the back of your neck and pulls you back just in time for this beam of green energy to shoot across the corridor and barely missing you. And then you watch
Thanks.
to the right as this glyph that was green just fades from existence.
I pat him on his little dwarven butt and say, "Go team."
I stick my hand in that space real quick and pull it back. Real fast, like.
Nothing.
Should I go forward? You think?
Yeah.
Okay, I go forward.
The clip died out, so.
Okay. So you continue down the stairs. You don't see anything else until it wraps around. There's a small 10 by 10 foot landing and a set of stone doors.
Are the doors locked?
You're not too sure.
Carrot.
I charge the door.
All right. So you run and push open the doors, and immediately you walk into this round carved stone area with these two staircases to the right and to the left. And around you are a couple of tables, and there seems to be this elderly gentleman who is kind of working with some alchemical supplies. And as you just push open, him and another individual across the way kind of get startled and whoa.
Don't test my patience. I'm glowing pink with anger.
I can see that.
Gentlemen, we're just looking for a couple diamonds. We were told to look down here at the bottom level. We were just upstairs earlier.
Also, we're supposed to have you guys drop the shield.
So any help that you could provide, it would be great, as I try to persuade them to like us.
You're not supposed to be here.
No, I'm pretty sure it said keepers don't come here. We're not keepers.
All right. Those with the hand of power. A second passes.
I walk up to him holding my hand out. And at the last second, I brandish my sunblade and stab him in the face.
Really? Because Zines was going, like, 1 second.
I was checking notes, but I don't think we have this part.
Does an 11 hit?
On this guy, it does. So roll damage.
He takes 6 slashing damage and 2 radiant damage.
So as your sunblade extends through his form, he just looks down. Are the ones who should take society? And he falls, and the guy behind, we're innocents. They have us here, and we're prisoners.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
17.
You see on his feet are these shackles that are chained together, and he seems to be chained to his desk. And you can see that he is like quivering with fear as his friend drops to the floor.
But when does his friend have chains and shackles on his corpse?
He does. He seems to be chained to his desk.
Why in the world would he support them?
We've been trapped here for months. We're only supposed to let the dark mages down here. He was sympathetic, but I'm not. I am not. But we have to be quiet or else they'll find us. They are just beyond. And you watch as he points up to the left, and you can see that the stairs ascend. So you guys are kind of in this sunken 50-foot diameter that's been carved out, and you are like underground. You can go up a set of stairs and kind of be on an upper level before you get to another set of doors.
Let's unchain him, put him in the lead, and he can hook us up with some diamonds and other things that we might can glean from this alchemical station, and maybe we can use him to drop the thingy thing.
Please, can you help my friend?
Which friend?
The one that you're standing on top of, that you just stabbed.
No.
I stabilize him.
Make a medicine check. Okay. So luckily, the stab wound is just a giant cauterized hole through this guy. And you find both ends, and you start to at least... he's not bleeding out, but he has taken quite a bit of trauma from this hot, radiant sword through his belly.
Since we're at an alchemical station, I just take one of the healing potions that's just right there on the desk and pour it on it.
Not to be that guy, but I definitely said I stabbed him in the forehead. Just say.
Oh, that's right. So this guy, you cannot stabilize this guy. He has a hole through his head.
I gave
You're right.
him a frontal lobe lobotomy.
That is right.
Okay.
Your friend is fine. He's going to be fine. I'm going to use my persuasion and convince him his friend is fine.
You could roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh, if there was ever a time for double nat 20s.
No!
Oh.
He kind of peers past you, and he can now see the gaping hole in this guy's head.
See, no blood. He's not bleeding now. He's fine. He's sleeping.
Please don't do that to me.
Then you better help us.
I make myself look bigger than I am, and I get like right up to him, and I say, "Don't worry about him. How do we turn off the barrier?" And I be as intimidating as possible.
Make an intimidation check.
Why is shining beam light everywhere?
Okay, so you get all up in this guy's space, and he kind of starts to like hide under the desk. Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Stop, please! I can do nothing about whatever barrier you're talking about, but I can get you your diamonds, and hopefully in exchange you can get me out of here. Just don't kill me.
Let's start with the diamonds, and we'll see.
He starts to that desk right there. He points to a desk. It seems to have two stools on it. The chains currently, there's a set of chains, but they are not chained to anything. And so you kind of look, and this desk has a few diamonds and some other material components on it, as well as some papers and ink and feathers.
Yeah, we don't look at the diamonds and appraise their value. with my rock knowledge.
Is that what you're doing, or is that what you want to do?
Well, I figure Zan. I don't break eye contact with this guy, and I'm figuring Zan goes over and grabs the diamonds. He's the one who needed them, so. Can he tell their value from looking at them?
Needed spell component. Would I be able to assess roughly?
Potentially. Yeah. So you kind of take a look. This table has diamonds of various size, as well as another component that you haven't seen before. There's two kind of separate things in vials. There's this green liquid that seems to be perpetually bubbling, although there is no heat source under it. And then a couple of vials down, there seems to be just these chunks of like raw blue rock that when you kind of pick it up, you kind of feel this small vibration of.
Zinies, come here. Touch these big blue rocks. Can Zinies tell if they're magical?
Can I tell if they're magical?
You can roll an Arcana check.
23.
They seem to have like a magical property to them, although you're not quite sure what they would do. And this seems to be you would know as a druid, these are naturally taken from somewhere.
These are naturally magical.
Right.
Okay,
Yes, they are magical.
let's take them. Is there any stoppers nearby? And I can stopper the vials and see, like, leave them where they're at, but stopper them and to see if anything changes in their state. Like if they blow the cork and spill everywhere or whatever, blow up. I kind of need to know.
So you cork it, and it continues to just bubble.
Inside, but it doesn't bubble out, doesn't build up pressure and shoot the cork off.
Correct.
Okay, I take both vials, then the green vial that's always bubbling and the other one now corked. And I take the two blue rocks. How big are they?
You've got probably baseball-sized chunks.
Okay. I would like to take those baseball chunks and put them in my pack because I'm not going to smush chill with them.
Okay.
And carefully put the vials in a separate pack, i.e. my spell component pack. And then
There's about 3 diamonds on the table.
I take all 3 of them
Okay.
and just put them in my pack.
Your guess is that one of these diamonds would be big enough for it to be 500 gold pieces worth.
Did you need 2 for the spell?
Well, I just need 1 for the first cast and an hour of time. So our choice is seeing if we can stay down here for an hour and raise Anna, get her back to health and use her to help get out, or
I think we should get to somewhere safer to do that, and we have time. So,
okay.
Should we go take care of the other room, or I mean, we still have to get out of here, so we don't know how to do that yet.
Who put the barrier up?
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask
we
the
still have a guy.
I don't know anything of a barrier.
How many people are there?
Or where?
Where you told us there were people up right over there. Through that door up there.
I've seen as many as 10 at a time, but they might come from somewhere else.
If I tiptoe over to kind of near that door and put my ear up to it, can I get a sense of if I hear anything on the other side?
Make a perception check.
22.
You start to hear footsteps coming near the door.
Can I identify how many?
probably 3 to 5.
I'm gonna like signal behind my back. 3-5 to these guys.
There's 35 people in there?
No, there's 3 to 5 feet. She said she was counting footsteps. He said there's 3 to 5. So, you know.
What kind of monstrosity is that? Is that like the snake with many legs that we fought that one time?
It doesn't seem like it has enough legs for that.
I'm very confused right now.
We going in? What do you want to do? Because I'll go in.
Can you just get me out? If they're coming, you do not want to mess with them.
What's in this vial? And I asked him to give me some insight on the vials and the 2 blue stones.
I can identify all that, but not here. If they're coming, we should go.
Well, my friend, there's a barrier that prevents us from leaving, that even if we release you, you're still not going anywhere.
And I'm willing to help you figure it out, even if I know nothing, but we cannot stay here.
What's your background in magical barriers?
Barriers themselves, not much. But
Sounds like you're not going to be much help to us.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
It'd be a great distraction.
We need to go. Can you unchain me?
That depends. What's your name?
I am Drake.
Can I insight check him to see if he's telling the truth about his name?
Sure. Seems like that's his name.
Drake, what does Drake look like? Human? Dragonborn?
No, he's not Dragonborn.
Oh, a name like Drake, I was wondering.
I mean,
Yeah, no. He's got elvish features to him, with the ears and such, and kind of a nose that you've seen before. But he's wearing a hood, and as he's kind of down, he's probably in his 30s. Seems like he's not very muscular. Like he probably does do a good deal with sitting at a desk.
Does he have facial hair?
He's got this little mustache he's probably been working on for some time, but nothing in the chin region.
Does that make him a half elf then? Okay, either way. Chad, that's your call. I say we kill him. I mean, we subdue him like we did his friend, and his next life will be much better than this one.
Signies, you hear that the footsteps are now coming closer on the other side of this large stone door.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm going to release him and tell him that if he tests me, he's going to fail. So he better not betray us in any way.
Yeah, fine. All right. Yeah.
I undo his shackles.
And
How do you undo his shackles?
With my mason tools.
Oh, okay. Make a mason tool. Perfect. So you just kind of stick it in there and just kind of give it a good tap, and they just fall off.
while he's doing that, since I was in front of the door listening, I want to sneak off to just beyond the doorway, like right next to it, so that my back's like against it with, you know, the door over here or whatever, and just kind of have basically I'm just going to grow my nails really long for primal savagery and have them kind of start dripping with acid.
Okay.
And then just kind of waiting for whoever comes through that door. If they attack us, I will attack. If they don't show aggression, then I will just hold it.
I'm going to take Drake up the stairs we came up to the big door in the front. That's my plan, to head that way.
I will follow you because I have an idea.
Okay. So the two guys and Drake are heading towards the door which you came.
The two guys, you mean me and Zen Falcon?
Right.
Okay. I'm with
No,
you.
I'm asking. You guys are heading towards the door.
Yeah.
So Zines, what are you doing?
If they're gonna leave, I'll go with them. I'll cover their backs.
Just let me know if anything happens. I can get over there really quick.
Well, so as Zine starts to descend the stairs and you guys make your way through the doorway back to go up the giant staircase, Zines, as you start to shut the stone doors, you watch as the others open and you just hear, "What? Where?" And you shut the stone doors. Now what are you guys doing?
Yo, Carrot. Guys, we're fine. I'm sure they don't know that word. Let's go.
Okay, so you double time it up the stairs. All right. Easily, you believing that all the traps that you set off on the way down haven't reset. You kind of make your way up, nothing triggers. And you make it to the top of the stairs. You are still now back on the first floor.
The barrier is outside of the tower, right? It doesn't. So I can physically walk out the front of the tower. I just can't perceive certain footage beyond.
I think what he said was that right outside the front door there was a courtyard, and the force field was just beyond the courtyard because there was a wall at the end of the courtyard.
I would like to relay to my team that I would like to go out the front door into the courtyard next to the barrier's boundary.
That's kind of where I was heading, so I'm good with it.
All right, let's go.
Do you want to take our break?
Yes.
I think we should go stealthily to our break, not to the courtyard.
Okay.
BRB picks.
We'll be taking a 5-minute break. We'll be back in just 5 more minutes.
Be sure to check out that new BRB screen we've got.
Here it comes.
Well, I'm back.
I'm back.
All right, let's get.
Zan. I see Zan. He's got a hole there. I see his head going back and forth. Right there. Yeah, that's it.
I decided to eat granola over the break. Bad idea. Be picking out my teeth for the next hour and a half.
Your teeth.
Anywho,
I'm having some raw tuna with a salad.
all right.
I look back at my bag of holding. I go, Chill, are you back? He goes, yes, I'm back.
Wow. Wow.
In my campaign in Sword King Thunder, they just met a dragon that had a rider on it that was dead. So, and he kept talking to it. I kind of feel like that guy.
That's funny.
Wait, the dragon kept talking to the dead dude?
Yeah, he was crazy.
All right, so you guys are going to go through the door and go outside, correct?
I agree with your assessment.
Okay. So, Chad, you're still going first?
Yes. I push
Okay.
open the door.
All right, so you push open the door and you can see the pitch black night that is still there. The moon is out. And the 1st thing you
I'm
notice
still a light
is,
source, so everything's.
well, you're a light source, but outside it's dark out here. So your light source does show you a good chunk of the courtyard, but the first thing you notice is that you don't really hear anything. It's relatively quiet.
So no fighting.
Correct.
I walk closer to the barrier, look down, grab a couple pebbles, and throw it over there where the barrier
Well,
was.
you're not near the barrier. As you walk out of the tower, just a few feet, you can still see the rough edge of this stone wall that is roughly about 80 so feet from you and is kind of in a triangular pattern. So you guys walk out into this courtyard that is blocked by stone walls. Make a perception check, just a straight perception check, since you have light near you.
Or just him?
He's in front. So you can see that right away there's a good deal of rocks in this courtyard, and you get the sense that something just doesn't seem right about the openness. If there's no people, nothing of threat that you can see, something's up about this courtyard, but you're not sure what it is.
I tell them my spidey senses say something's wrong here. It's probably something magical again.
I open my bag. Are my blue rocks doing anything?
Nope, they just continue to hum. Do you look inside the bag or do you pull them out?
No, I definitely look inside the bag.
Okay.
Why should I pull them out?
Well, I'm just asking.
He wants to know if you touched them or not.
I don't know. Did I?
I don't know. Did you?
Did I feel any different after I touched them to put them in my bag?
No.
Am I near the barrier?
No, you're not. You're still kind of within the tower, and Chad's a few steps outside.
I still want to try to get to the barrier, so I relay that to Chad.
I go with them.
So are you guys just going to walk? So basically, there's about 80 feet of open courtyard. Then there's a 10-foot high stone wall. And then there's where you guys entered, where you believe the barrier is.
I'm gonna ask Drake why he thinks it's so quiet out here.
I don't know. I've been down there for a very long time and under the worst conditions. So I haven't seen outside for a while.
What are you good at? What is the reason why you are who you are?
I like to dabble in geology and
I know about rocks and stuff. That's cool.
taking magical properties of things and learning how to disenchant them. We've been working a lot with the magically occurring rocks, osium, as it's called, and figuring out how they've been kind of forcing us to turn them into magical explosive devices.
They're blue, right?
Yeah,
I've
just
seen
like
some of your work.
just like the rocks that your friend took and put in his bag.
What makes them go boom?
They're just unfiltered, unrefined magic arcana, and the fact that they haven't been used to channel their magic into anything just gives them this untampered ability.
Okay, good to know. Noted. I clap my hands, and Chad stops shining bright pink light.
But my axe still remains glowing.
Zan, being at the back, you start to hear some shuffling at the bottom of the stairwell.
I thought Zynes was at the back.
Whoever is closest to the stairwell, you hear shuffling at the bottom of the stairwell.
Coming from the one that was down that we were just at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, they're coming.
Lock the front door.
It didn't really work on the last door if they're coming up the stairs, right?
Quick, Drake. I like your new album and everything, but how would I weaponize these rocks?
They still could be thrown and then act as improvised explosive devices, but really their ability has not yet been tapped into. We would need to refine them and do some things with them, have some magical tests done so that we could make sure that the amount of osium in there is not too much, so that when it is refined to put into magical items to give them enhancements, that it would actually make sure that we are putting the right amount of osium in there so that we don't overcharge the said item.
As he's talking, Zan's already moved to the doors and put one blue rock in front of, like, set it down in front of each door and, like, motioning everybody else to run to the other side and letting Zines know to blast them as soon as, like, anybody comes near the door.
Why not throw them down the staircase and do it there and try to seal that up or take them out while they're coming up the stairs?
I don't know if they're already reached the top of the stairs, and I don't want to open the door with a explosive rock in my hand. That could end very poorly for me.
Well, the staircase opens, like, you can see down the stairs, and currently you don't see anyone coming up, but you hear footsteps coming up, and you guys are still, you have the front door wide open.
Okay, then I chuck them down the stairs really, really hard.
All right. Roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
That was for the first one. No, did you want me to throw the second one? Is that what you were saying?
No, I'm going to
Okay.
throw them wimpily and then cast, well, hold on. And get 60 foot away and cast Flame Strike into the stairwell.
You can't get 60 foot away unless you go outside.
Okay. Can I do it all sneaky like and still have line of sight?
No, because as you toss the rocks, they land at the beginning of the stairwell, and the first one just hits and just clobbers and falls. The second one, likewise, just hits and falls. They don't explode on impact.
Okay. Well, then I need to hit them.
Oh, we should have brought the guy with the hole in his head. I could have chucked him down on him. I'm good at that.
So let me guess. They're at the top of the stairs. We hear shuffling on the stairs.
I need to know what you all are doing because they are coming up the stairs. You currently have 2 rocks that are like a third of the way down. The door is open.
I still want to cast Flame Strike in the stairs.
I'm standing like right where my character is, basically right in between the hallways, between in and out of the door.
All right, so I cast Death Ward on myself and then cast Flame Strike in the stairs.
Okay.
And I move closer to the stairs.
They're going to catch me.
Well, it seems like that's where the action is, and I like Chad to be where the action is.
So Zan Falcon, where are you standing when you cast Flame Strike?
You gonna cast
Well-
it from behind me?
It's hard to know because I don't have a frame of reference. But if I did, I would say that within those couple seconds, however swiftly I could get away and kind of just chuck it behind me.
Should we be on a map screen so the viewers can see what we're looking at?
I'm going
you're
to
doing-
attempt that.
So you're doing it right at the top of the stairwell.
Well, the Flame Strike down into the stairs.
Well, it's
But
10 foot
yes,
10
I'm-
foot radius.
Yeah, I'm at least 10 foot away.
No, I'm asking. No, where the flame strike only has a 10-foot radius.
Yes, it's going to be centered in the stairs
Where in the stairs?
Where the rocks are.
where the rocks are.
Okay.
So, as your DM, I now promote everybody to level 20.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That's because you did the camera thing.
So I need you've never looked prettier. A wild boom appears. Why am I not on that cool map? Boom.
We're at the bottom left. I don't know.
Bottom up, buddy.
I'm still with the golem hanging out in midair. I've been my screen's been here
Is this not your character right here next to Inna?
We're at
Yes.
the bottom left of the map.
Yeah, we were in the top right. Now we're in the bottom left.
I'm telling you guys, I'm not like.
Do you see the stream?
No, it just went black. Hold on. Yeah, now somebody let me be on the correct map. Thanks,
Ye-
Boom.
No, you were there the entire. You had 2 tokens. You just had to scroll down. I just got rid of your other one, so you couldn't see it anymore.
I assure you, sir, I scrolled down and there was nothing there.
I assure you, you were there the entire time.
Yay!
So, do we hear any damage down the stairs from the flame strike?
Well, you watch as this column of fire just goes down on the stairs, along with you hear this poof, poof.
Did it sound like
And then
I
nothing.
heard before when I was throwing corpses earlier?
You hear some small explosions.
Okay, I want to listen down the staircase now.
I want to run.
You don't hear anything.
Oh, we cleared it. Cool. Okay, now we should just go and leave. And go outside the barrier. That's what we do.
Okay, so you exit the front door. Okay.
I do.
What are the rest of you doing?
Can't get out there, but I take your word for it.
Yeah, we follow Chad.
Okay, so Chad, you are now standing outside. What direction do you go? What do you do? Because you're still in this courtyard surrounded by these stone walls.
How tall were these stone walls, did you say?
They're about 10 foot.
I can easily jump up and grab that and climb on top. I'm going to do that.
Okay, so you're just going to book it straight to the...
The closest stone wall and try to get on top of it.
Okay, well, your closest stone wall is either to the right or to the left instead of going straight.
Oh, okay. I'm going towards the barrier. Whatever's the easiest route to the barrier, that's where I'm going.
I mean, away from the tower is
Yes.
the closest route to the barrier.
That's what
so
I'm
you're
doing.
just going to go straight out the door, and you're just going towards the stone wall.
This courtyard looked weird to me before, so I'm going to make sure that I'm not stepping on anything weird, like traps and stuff.
Make an investigation check.
Finally.
Okay. You do see a couple of these rocks have glyphs on them. So you kind of try to sidestep those. It takes you a little while to navigate away from these as there's quite a few. If everyone stays behind you, you sneak your way through this courtyard and make it 80 feet so that you can get to the stone wall. So you're standing now at this 10-foot high stone wall.
I reach up and then climb up.
Okay. Make an athletics check. You have no problem using your hooks. You just kind of find your way up. You're able to clear the wall, and you find that there's about 2-foot section where you get to the top, and there's like 2 foot, and then there's somewhere to stand. So there's like a platform up here.
Okay, I survey what's going on now that I got up to the wall. What's on the other side of the wall? Do I still see the barrier? Is there anybody fighting? That kind of stuff.
You can't quite see a barrier right now. You see as you look to the left and look to the right, there are just bodies strewn of both sides. You can actually see a few within this wall structure, a few feet down from you that just seem to have collapsed and are dead. But from where you currently stand, you can't see anybody living that you recognize.
I help everybody up on the wall and over the wall, and I guess back down the wall to the fighting fields.
Okay, so you guys have successfully navigated over the wall. And from what you remember, the barrier is probably another 50 or 60 feet if you just continue south.
I grab a dark mage corpse and head towards the barrier.
Okay. So you take it with you, and you guys hit about where you think it is.
I toss him towards the barrier.
He kind of hits this invisible barrier and drops to the ground.
Did it look like it damaged his flesh?
It just looked like it blocked him from going outside.
Can I go up and touch it?
Yeah, you go up
I'll
and you
poke
just
it.
you poke it.
Just resists me?
It's solid.
I say carrot. I'll poke it again.
Solid. Drake kind of leans over to one of you behind Chad. I see what you mean.
I tell everybody to step back. I grab both vials and throw them at the impermeable wall thing.
Okay. So you throw them, and they break upon impact, and you hear this, but it doesn't seem to damage the barrier in any way.
If I punch it, do I see? Does it react like visually?
There's a slight shimmer.
And it's fairly local. It doesn't like do the whole thing, right?
Correct.
If only we had an earth elemental.
If only we did.
But there's got to be a way out, right?
Yeah, we can keep shoving your body into it until it lets us through.
Hold on. I'm saying if there's a good deal of the mages dead, a good deal of your side is dead, then there's got to be a reason that it's still up.
Because you're not dead.
Correct. I'm not dead.
Well, I, as Zan Falcon, the Grave Cleric, shall rectify that. And with your sacrifice, we shall be free.
Wait, what? He starts to kind of like back up.
No, just kidding. So what do you suggest we do, Drake?
I don't know. Can we check the perimeter?
Well, we don't know what we'd encounter. And what are we checking for?
I don't know. But obviously this is a dead end.
We're
There's
not
got to
going
be
to
something in that tower that's keeping that barrier up.
then blow up the tower. Don't you have something that can go boom, Dreed? I mean, Zinies?
Going boom is not particularly something I do that often.
Well, can't you rage like a dwarf and like charge the door or something? Polymorph spell? We could change this guy into a newt.
Please don't turn me into a newt.
You'll get better.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Now, if I hit the same spot over and over again with a firebolt after firebolt after firebolt, can I see if the integrity of the force field changes at all? Like, do I start seeing cracking at all, or any ripples, or does it just stay solid if I do that?
You get about four firebolts in, and at the repeated same spot, it just seems to be just ricocheting off. It's having no effect on the barrier's integrity, and it's not making any mark whatsoever.
I think we're gonna have to go back inside the tower, guys.
Well, Drake suggested we check the perimeter, but he hasn't really given us anything yet. So,
What do you want from me? There are people inside behind us. I'm just saying, if there's nothing here, we could just check the whole thing.
So what you're saying is we hug this wall and we go in a circle around it to see if we find a weakness, like knocking on it to see if there's like a stud or a hollow spot, or I mean, what?
I don't know. I'm just trying to help.
Why are we keeping him alive again?
not sure, but if it works out and he does a good job, I might have a job for him later somewhere.
Oh, true, true.
Are you
If he
guys like
wasn't.
mercenaries?
Some have called us that, probably not to our faces.
No.
Okay, I'm confused what's going on, but we should go for now.
Let's do a lap. You want to do a lap? You guys want to do some wind sprints? You
Yeah,
ready?
yeah.
Go for a
Is
jog.
he leading? Yeah, is he leading point?
I can, sure.
Okay.
So who's going behind Drake?
I will.
And I'll go behind Chad.
I'll carry up the rear.
And we're jogging.
All right. So you guys take a nice little jog, just making sure you're staying with the barrier.
Selfie time. So hot. Gotta put it on Instagram.
You get about quarter of the way around. So you're passing the courtyard. Zinies, you notice immediately to your left that there appears to be some casualties, people that are still somewhat alive on the battlefield, but you're not sure who it is, but you just kind of see some movement going on. And while that's going on, Drake stops in his tracks.
I get serious for a moment and drop to a knee and check any body near me to see if they're alive or dead.
And if they're wearing the Guardians of, or no, the Parna sweaters, right?
They're about
the keeper's robes.
They're about 100 feet from you. Any body is the closest body to you is 100 feet away.
Can I see from there? Is there enough luminous from his acts to see?
Not that far.
Chad, I think we should investigate. If it's our friends, we can either try to save them or send them off.
If it's keepers,
there
they
are
might be able to get
enemies-
us through the barriers. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, either way, we don't lose anything for checking on.
I don't have a
these
problem with it. Let's
poor
go.
unfortunate souls.
Okay, so you two approach the wounded. As you get closer, you just kind of start to hear these groans. Help.
Do I recognize this figure?
The one closest to you, you do not.
I'm going to use my channel divinity and turn undead. Are any of the groans that sound so guttural and horrible undead?
So you're using turn undead?
Yeah.
It has no effect.
Okay, so they're still alive, sorta.
You do not recognize the one closest to you, but as you approach it, you can see that there's this human man, not in Parna color robes, but does appear to be a keeper. And it appears that half of his body has been turned to ash, and that the other half that isn't is intestine and just seems to be part of him that is slowly just rotting to the elements.
Is he alive?
He appears to be close to death.
I will pull him close and wish him well on his next
Ask
adventure.
him about the barrier before he goes.
The dude's dying, rotting away.
He can be useful one more time.
Keeper, as your last dying potential breath, what's up with the barrier?
It is still closed.
How do
Does
we
it
open it?
You'll need what did my undoing disintegrate. And with that, he just falls limp.
I bless his body and wish him well. Look up at Chad and kind of.
He said we need a thing.
Disintegrate. That one dude was casting disintegrate ray on me, but we killed him, and then they bust his staff. So
I look around the grounds right around here to see if there's anything that would have caused his undoing.
Make an investigation check.
You got it.
You don't see anything specific, but there are multiple other bodies, some dark mage and some keeper, that just seem scattered about.
Anybody else alive?
Upon the silence of this one corpse now, you don't hear anything else.
We need to check these guys for items of extraordinary magical power. That's more like something I could check, but I'm not really that good at it. So why don't you guys check?
So Zines, you came with them?
Yeah. Let's see. Zan, do you want to help us do that respectfully?
yeah, that's what I was trying to determine the best way of going about it. But yeah, definitely would help her go through any remains and see if there's anything that is of potential use.
Does that give me advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, 18.
Can I pull Chill's nose out and use it to investigate with his nose, and then I get advantage?
Bad, Chad. Bad.
No? Okay. Too soon? All right.
You go over a good number of the bodies, and as is kind of with up top, you get the sense that most of these guys brought what they had with them, and only a few were able to don magical items, as the keepers were using most of them, either using them or keeping them hidden. And so you find one keeper that has this helmet, kind of has like scales on the back of it, and on the front it has this band with an upside down kind of A. that seems to be on his head.
I would like to put it on my head.
Okay, you do so.
I'd like to put my necklace that I got from the Dark Mage on and test the barrier with that on.
All right. You start walking towards the barrier and back towards Drake. And as you do, you walk towards the barrier and you just hit the barrier.
I take the necklace off.
I found something interesting, and he kind of draws your attention now. About 20 more feet up before you guys jetted off is this 5x5 large stone that has been kind of implanted in the ground. And as you kind of get closer to it, you can see various runes and symbols on it.
Do I recognize this stone with my rock knowledge?
Can make a
You can rock and roll to see.
rock check.
Survival?
Sure. It's a nice stone. It's all one piece, so it seems to have been brought here, made, enchanted, and then brought to this location.
Ask Drake. Ask Drake if he knows what the runes are.
What are these runes?
What are those?
Tell me what these runes are!
I don't know quite a bit about magic. As I said, I'm more into the properties of items, but from what I can tell, kind of takes a look, those are probably helping keep the barrier up. And while it's not dependent on a person, there's probably a few more of these around the perimeter.
Okay, so let's attack them.
How do you get rid of
Well-
runes, Drake?
I mean, small ones, you can usually dispel them. Something this large would either need to be dispelled very, very high level, or I guess you could attempt to destroy the stone. I don't know.
Well, I say we take the dwarf with his mason tools and have him smash the stone into bits. Itty bitty bits. No, like to kindness and just go to town.
How about I use a club instead?
I have a mace if you want to use my mace for this.
I have a +1 club, but I could. Let's see what happens with the club. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
I strike the stone.
All right, roll the hit. 15. You go to hit, and it just kind of resonates, but doesn't deal any damage.
You weren't raging. You need to rage. You need to get
That is
yourself
a
angry.
magical club, just so you know.
I understand.
And that made me angry, so I'm gonna rage. Can I attack with advantage? Can I flank it?
No,
I mean,
well,
I'm standing next to it. Drake's standing next to it.
you can roll to hit. Okay. So this time you give it a little more force and you come down with it, and you go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, plus, I need to know my rage damage. Hang on. It's been a while since I've had to calculate it.
Yeah, you have flat damage over there.
+4.
Okay. So 11 points. You hear this. You watch as this small purple spark start to go over the stone and over the runes and ascend up into the barrier slightly before finishing, but doesn't seem to have brought the barrier down.
I hit it 3 more times. In rapid succession.
Okay.
Does the
All right.
19s hit?
They do.
Okay, each one of those is +4, so it's already 12 plus. $39.
Okay. With each hit, you see a couple more cracks start to go through the stone at the point in which you're hitting it. A few more cracks, a few more. You're definitely dealing damage to it.
Okay, so there's a crack. I'd like to take my mason tools and try to put a wedge in there and split it in two.
Okay. Make a Mason Tools check. So you place the wedges, and you go ahead and go to give it a good hit, and it chips, but it chips to the right, and so only a corner seems to come off from where you were hitting it.
Zen Falcon, hold my pants. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time.
Okay, so this time you pick a little bit more sturdy, and you put the wedges in, and you hit them, and there's this massive kind of arc of energy, and you kind of step back, and as the stone is split, these kind of almost like electricity comes up through where the barrier would be, and you just hear.
Is it followed by?
You get the sense that the barrier may be weak.
Ah, so we need to find another one of these, huh?
You can try. You have successfully disabled and broken the stone.
I test the closest point of where the barrier would be to see if it's down.
You go straight through.
This way. I found a door. This way. Everybody get your buddy. And your
Follow.
and your Pokeball and your... There's nothing wrong with putting a wolf in a bag of holding. But this way.
Zines, while you're still checking bodies as you get pulled away, you do happen to grab a heart-shaped pendant, as well as just another necklace of some kind that seems important. And then you guys step beyond the barrier, and you are now outside of it.
What do I note this as in my notes for when we go back later?
Tower spoils, I guess.
Okay. Just so you know where to look back in your notes for it later.
Sure.
Okay, got it.
Do we see anybody on this side of the portal or barrier? Excuse me, barrier.
No, it seems as though everyone went in at the same time, and as far as you can tell, canceled each other out.
Job's done.
Okay, World of Warcraft.
Stop poking me!
We did it. That tickles.
I guess we got to get back now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we step outside the barrier, now that we're on the right side of the barrier now, is there anything in the sky above us?
Make a perception check with disadvantage because it's night.
20.
You don't see anything in the sky besides the stars and the moon.
That's no moon.
No airship?
No airship.
Do we know where we are? We know the GPS coordinates and everything,
You
but
have the coordinates.
Are there any horses nearby?
You don't see any horses.
An ass?
No.
A llama?
Roll a perception check for what you see.
A 24.
Does he find his llama?
I'm just gonna kill it. So do you want it?
Yeah, you bring it on. Come on.
So around you is this open field. Up to the north is just kind of some rolling hills. You do see a few groves of trees now that you're looking very intensely. But other than that, nothing in the sky, no signs of life. With a 24 in the very distance, you start to see open one of the yellow portals that has been plaguing the land.
Wait, the yellow portal that I went through that one time and took me to Jurassic Park and then I had to run back through? Oh,
That's the one.
jeez. Shreve? I mean, Zinies? Crap. Do you have polymorph available at all?
Yeah.
You want to change somebody into like a giant rock and fly out of here?
Yeah, I could.
Or change me into a llama. Would it be a llama?
if we jump into the portal, I wonder if it leads, like, right over there is the portal into the Wisp.
I would not recommend going in the portals.
I will
Portals.
polymorph Sand Falcon into a giant rock.
Squawk, squawk, squawk.
All right. So you now have these long wings and feet that have talons on them.
Eagle!
I would like to beckon my friends by like bobbing my head or something and like pointing at the wing, like, hey, come on, let's go.
I mount him like Falcor.
Yes, we get on top of the rock.
And we roll out. I'll fly out. Do we bring what's his face with us?
I don't know. Do you?
Can I hold
Come
him?
on, come on, Drake.
I'm gonna hold him in my talon or my mouth, but ever so gently, not to kill him.
Do I have to ride this way?
I'd squawk if I could.
It'll be fine.
I'd flick him back onto my back,
Okay.
and then tree points me in the right direction. Yes, or I just start flying because this could end very poorly.
I kind of I get like up near the neck area and I grab on like a scruff, like a handful of feathers, and I kind of direct him as to which way to go.
And I'm just happy because I don't have to wear pants.
Oh, I want my pants back, but I guess I can't now.
They're polymorphed into the rock right now, buddy.
So how long does polymorph last?
We can fly
The
for an hour,
duration of however long you need to fly for.
right? Is it an hour or 4 hours? I forgot.
You might want to keep it kind of low, Sand. Just
1 hour.
for everyone.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
mind.
no, we go 50 minutes,
I'm
like
fine.
way up,
Well,
and then
here's-
like the last 10.
You can get 13.6364 miles with the speed of a rock in an hour.
Okay, so let's go 12 miles.
Okay. So
And then land.
which direction are you going? Where are you going?
Whatever.
Towards
Three
Parna.
Beeline towards Parna,
Okay.
which is that way.
So you coast up and you start to head towards the direction your friends send you. You guys go over the river that leads down into Stillwater. And after about an hour, you coast down and you feel the spell ending.
That whole time I was scanning
And-
for the airship to see if it was out there.
So far, you still do not see an airship. And Sand Falcon, you let everyone down, and you pop back into yourself.
As he does that, how far away from Parna are we?
The technical answer, a good bit.
Do you have the spell slots to bring Inna back right now? Zan.
Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm having to take care of something.
Because I know somebody's been sitting off camera very patiently this whole time.
You're roughly 3 days from Parna if you walk.
Okay, I'm back. Spell slots for what?
Bringing Inna back?
Yeah.
You
We're
have
good.
that right now?
Yeah.
Maybe we
So
should
we in
do
a safe
that.
spot for an hour?
Well, we just
Let's
flew
take
for...
a short rest.
I won't really benefit anything from that, so I'll just stand
I
guard.
won't either.
But if you need it, I mean, that's... How long is a short rest?
Hour.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you need it, Zinies.
Well, the ritual takes an hour to cast, right?
Then why don't I cast it?
You cast it while you rest, and I'll keep guard over everything. And I'll tell Drake to shut up and just sit there.
Sounds.
I can hear you.
And that's what I tell you.
Fine.
Just be quiet. Let us do our thing, and we'll keep you safe.
I've been very, very respectful. I am thankful for all of you getting me out of there. And I would just like to say that I am in your debt. So I know you talked about a job opportunity. I would be more than happy to discuss those terms with you.
I'll let you talk to my man, Philip.
Sure. Where all do you find yourselves going?
Where are you from?
Yeah, see, that's tricky. I'm from. Well, it depends on who you ask.
We're asking you right now.
I understand, and for asking me, I would say Veritas, but depends on if I was with Dad or with Mom, because anywhere in that forest is somewhere I would call home.
So I think we're gonna. Well, I'm gonna take a short rest while he's performing the ritual. Chad is standing guard. Is it okay if I spend hit dice?
Yes.
Zan, why don't you wait like 10 minutes while she's doing her short rest before you start? That way she can come out of it before yours is over.
All right. So you guys set up a perimeter. Start to kind of aid Zan and anything that he needs for his ritual. Drake makes himself available, but isn't hindering anything. He's being respectful and helpful, and so Zan.
I also tell him to keep an eye out for a big airship if he sees one.
Okay.
Zan, what?
So you procure the
diamond that's worth.
The diamond. You procure the orb from Zinies, correct?
And very carefully, when keeping no part of my body touching it, I release in his body ever so gently.
You don't have the ability to release
That's
anyone from the orb.
I touched Drake.
Hey, Drake, we got a little safety bubble for you, and this is a very specific mission. We need you to be brave right now, okay?
So let me understand. I will go inside of that.
And be perfectly fine.
You will let me out.
Absolutely.
When the time is necessary.
This will keep you safe till we get back to town.
Yeah, this is the safest way for you to travel.
What you need to do,
won't get captured again.
While you're in there, think about, interview questions, because, Philip's going to interview you, so you can start focusing on what you want out of life and just get ready for, I would say it's a little hands-on interview. So just think about how you would represent yourself there.
All right. Okay. So he
Okay,
willingly puts out his hand, and you rest the ball in his hand, and he disappears into the ball, and very nicely out comes on the ground.
I catch her and place her down.
Well, no, she just rests on the. She just appears on the ground.
I just make sure there's no jarring or anything. I just
No, there's no jarring. The coins are where they need to be. Everything, there's still salt on the body. Everything is fine.
So out comes Inna.
Out comes Inna. She
Man,
just
that
lays
sounds
there.
like, I don't know. That sounds like a bad sitcom. It's like, out comes Inna. It was filmed in front of a live studio audience. You know, it just sounds like a bad sitcom. All right, then I'll get down to business to defeat
Beat the Huns.
the Huns.
Okay. So you start. Which spell are you using?
Raise dead. No. Anna's gonna come back, but she's gonna feel pretty crappy for a while.
All right. So as you are starting that ritual, does anyone want to contribute to help bring her back?
Would I be able to contribute as resting as long as I'm not like physically doing anything?
Yeah, as long as you don't exert yourself too much. Yes.
Okay. And yeah, Zanies will definitely help to bring Anna back.
Sure.
So who would like to go first? As Zan has prepared and is now doing everything within his power to make sure that she is coaxed back into her body.
Chad, do you want to go first?
I'm just saying my piece. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, and my trusted and faithful ally who's fallen in battle bravely, given herself to help the cause of defeating the Dark Mages. Your efforts did not go unnoticed. You fought valiantly and exploded spectacularly. Please, Anna, come back to us.
All right. Make a persuasion check.
-1. Awesome.
Okay.
That's pretty good for that modifier. Just saying.
Who's next?
You can see Anna's fingers crossed.
Who's next?
I guess I'll go next. Zanies will pull out the Nature's Creed book that Anna had given to her long ago when they very first met, and say that being as we're both protectors of nature in different ways, we understand that everything comes from the earth, shall return to the earth when it is time, but it is not Anna's time yet. And then I will produce flame on the book and let the ashes go over her to have them signify her rising from the ashes.
Okay. I'll let you make a nature check. It's kind of weird, but I'll let you do that.
25.
Okay. So the ashes fall and seem to just lay with the salt and just cover her body. Anybody else? Zan, while you were, I'll give you the chance if you wanted to do something while you were doing this ritual.
No, I would, of course, beckon my god, Rivor, who does sustain me while bringing Inna back. And of course, touch upon the fact that those that die in the service of my god, no matter where their faith may lie, has the chance to come back and continue serving him. because it is not her time. She will never defy death, but it's definitely not, it's not time for it yet. She still has lots to do.
Okay.
And stuff and things.
Go ahead and make a religion check. Okay. All right. So I rolled the dice that was supposed to roll for the DC. As the ritual ends and you all sit there, Zan, you put the final touches on what it is you were doing, and finally the diamond just starts to fade away as you use it, and it just, the energy from it goes from you, and you use it to thrust into the body of Inna Lyodon, and you just take your hands off and you all wait. And then after a few moments, Inna, your eyes heavily open, and you have the energy at least to pick up your hand and wipe these 2 copper coins off of your eyes. And you open your eyes and you can see there your friends, Zan Falcon, Zines, and Chad, as you're lying on the ground and you feel awful, but you are alive and you can do everything normal in your normal body.
I go up to her and I take the coins and put them back on her eyes. Because that's what I was told. They need to stay there.
I push him away. Oh man, crap. What happened? Wait, where's Chill?
About Chill. He didn't make it either, but we have him. He's down right now, but we're planning on getting him back up.
Yeah, we still have time to bring Chill back.
So as a note, Inna, you currently have a -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. And each long rest will reduce that by 1.
And on a side note, if you had anything like non-magical wrong with you, like sinuses or allergies or anything like that, yeah, that's no longer a problem.
Somebody.
So I don't need these glasses anymore, huh?
Right. That's just something my god Revorhu, which you should come and officially join, provides. Better eyesight, longer, faster, stronger.
It's just an extra service tagged on to the.
Right, and we're not even going to bill you for it. It's fine.
Resurrection and LASIK surgery? That's awesome.
I know, right? That happened to me, true story.
I wish eyes getting old could be fixed by LASIK.
Well, to some degree, they're coming along with a really neat. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, there's technology out there that's gonna reduce aging on eyes. I learned about it when I had eye surgery.
What dawned on me this whole time is Cass has almost literally been in the Pokeball because she's been listening but can't do anything.
True.
Does Cass know where she went? Where her spirit was in limbo, and like anything to relay to us?
You don't
about
know.
her journey?
You have to ask her.
She's just going to ask you.
How was the trip?
I was in the room and the guy had the staff, and then I was here.
Yeah, it sounds about right. That's how it worked for us too. do not tell her about the bloody wound and like brain matter. Yeah, guys, just no.
How many times you dropped the bag of holding?
That was never dropped once.
And I mean, and you were nestled in the bosom of your friend, so I mean, everything's fine.
Or actually, the orb wasn't in the orb wasn't in the bag of holding.
No.
Thank you very much for bringing me back. So I'm assuming I was dead.
No, you were just sleeping. Very, verily comfortable.
Yeah, you died.
Yeah.
Oh man, but it's fine. I mean, look what I did after I died. You'll be fine. I'd drink lots of water if I were you, though. Like lots of water.
Do you have any on you?
Totally,
Yes.
I have a jug of water. Here's a jug.
And I hand her my best rations.
She downs them all. The entire jug.
By
She
now
just
you
sits
should
there
have.
and eats.
By now you should have drank in at least 8 ounces or 240 milliliters of water.
Yes.
Yeah, stay hydrated, bud. As everybody pulls out their water or drink.
This is my second one. I like to drink mine out of a straw. It makes me feel sophisticated. Mm-hmm.
So are we getting chill back now?
No.
You know,
I have
unless
these
you
two
can resurrect him
stones.
with what you can do.
Yeah. I don't know what you have, but
So what I can do is we would first have to find another dire wolf, and then I can put chill into that dire wolf.
can you summon a direwolf?
Quick, Zinies, turn me into a direwolf.
No, you don't deserve chill to.
If you're asking if I can summon a dire wolf, no.
We could polymorph Drake into a direwolf.
That would be a polymorph, and that wouldn't work. And who's Drake?
Oh, he's taking your place in the ball right now. We should give Venom back her Pokeball. Here you go.
Here, can you shake this and get the guy out that's in there?
Yeah, can you release him?
So this is a good guy?
Oh, we don't know.
He's not been terribly awesome or bad, so he's just a guy.
Why don't we leave him in the Pokeball until we get home?
Okay.
It's your choice. It's your Pokeball.
That's cool. We're about 3 days from home, so yeah, it's one less mouth to feed him, all right?
Yeah, let's can we change his name from Drake to Beowulf?
We changed your name while you're in there. You're now New Beowulf. That's your name, New Beowulf.
Well, because I think it'd
This isn't creepy at all.
Oh,
in memory of our friend.
sorry to interrupt, and sorry, Anna. Sam Falcon, can I ask you a favor?
Thank you,
Yes.
Ash.
Can I have my pants back, please?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you. I put my pants back on.
Can I ask why did X have your pants?
I had to get out of the barrier. I had to get us out of the barrier. You don't know the ways of magic, I guess, so I'm not going to get into it right now. Maybe later we'll have some coffee and talk about that.
I just keep eating.
How fast was the rock speed flying?
13.6 miles an hour.
Right. What was it? What was its base speed?
120 feet per 6 seconds. Which I guess technically, if dashing, would be 240, so 26.
So I went 24 miles and then landed.
You're still kind of in the same deal, but sure.
3 days distance.
Give or take.
Well, we covered an hour distance.
Mm-hmm.
Covered 26 miles in an hour.
Which is pretty dang fast.
What if we do 160 in 6 hours?
Can we have those results in kilometers, please? Because I feel that it's unjust to force it into freedom units. It definitely needs to be in a more standardized unit of measurement.
Thanks, Canada.
That would probably get you there.
That would probably get us there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then I can get us home.
Man,
How?
a short rest, then you can do six rocks in a row.
It's 58.15 kilometers an hour for those of you that want to know.
No, but I get my polymorph stuff back, or my shape change back on short rest.
Oh. What shape are you changing into?
Giant eagle.
That can fly faster.
No, it's actually slower than the rock, but it lasts
just
longer.
bigger.
It lasts longer.
It's got style.
Yeah.
And technically, I can do it for up to 12 hours because I can do it twice.
And it has lightning tattoos on its talons.
It does. But yes, I will fly us home.
Let's go. I say all 6 hours. And I should just do long rest after long rest after long rest after long rest after long rest.
She needs to go to the spa for a few days.
Well, no, if she can long rest enough, if Boom allows it, she could drop her
We went over-
penalties.
We went over this last time. You only
we?
gain the benefits of a short rest once per 24 hours.
Yeah.
So she could like constantly sleep, but it would still take roughly 4 days for her to be back to normal.
Oh. Darn. Snikes.
And you guys just came off of a long rest, so you got some time to kill.
Let's just go home.
Yeah.
So am I able to even walk at this point?
They can help you onto the eagle and lay you in a position where you won't fall off, but you're just
Here,
very
Anna,
lethargic.
come here, Anna, and I'll latch her in with my belt ropes. So she's like, I got her. I got this. I got you.
So am I kind of latched to your side now?
Oh, you're sitting on my lap, basically.
And I will fly us home.
All right. Make a perception check.
Yeah, find the airship. Find it.
About an hour and a half in, you find this large hulking vessel coming towards you guys.
There! Go there! Bird Zinies, go there!
I kind of listen to Chad, but I fly above it first to make sure that it's not going to attack us.
Okay. So you kind of swoop around. You do see a few people on the deck, and they do notice you. A few kind of take defensive positions, but they haven't outright attacked you.
I ahoy the boat.
Okay. You get a little bit closer. You have to kind of get close enough to have a conversation. So you get close enough, and you hear, "Hello?"
I yell the password.
There's like a moment
the
of
password
confusion.
is, it's me, Chad.
Well, come on down then.
All right. We'll work on a new password later.
Reset the password after the default password's been put in.
So you do a few loops and you come down. This giant airship it's basically a giant boat. However, the underside you can see has got these magical propulsion on the back. And it also is being lifted by kind of a giant balloon almost 2 giant balloons. So it has lift that way, but it also is propelled magically. So as you sit down for the first time on the deck, you guys kind of get off. You're immediately greeted by a green half-orc with an eye patch who kind of walks on over to you. And are you the one they call Chad?
I am. Permission to come aboard.
He extends his hand. Good to finally meet you after our communications.
I
I
take
will-
his hand firmly.
I'll drop eagle form and turn back into Zinies.
Okay.
Are there crew quarters down below?
Hi, there are. We were on our way to aid after Philip. We checked in with Philip, and he said you would be at these coordinates. I'm sorry we couldn't get there sooner.
I understand. We need to get this one. I start unlatching Anna from me. We need to get this one down to rest downstairs.
But before I go anywhere, I mentioned that It's Me, Chad doesn't have any special characters. Neither does it have numbers. It is long enough, but it is not the most secure password.
I used both upper and lowercase, and I used the letter 4 for the A in Chad, with an exclamation point at the end. I said it like that, so that's why it worked.
Wow.
That's awesome. Right this way. And he kind of shows you to the back of kind of the ship where, like a normal ship, it goes up where you would have the captain, but there is a set of doors that lead to a set of stairs to get you to the lower decks.
I help.
Hey guys, while we're here, should we ask them if they know anything about Drake, or why he would be a prisoner there, or what the bad guys would want from him before we release him on to the world? He could be a spy. I mean, to further point out that Zan's paranoia has been correct most of the time.
I say we should rest up a bit before we let him out, yeah. At least.
Well, I'm just thinking that if the Keepers have been emblazoned in a battle with the Dark Mages, that they might have some information on who the Dark Mages would target as far as capture for use for their explosive, volatile natures.
Yeah, we should get to a little bit more normality before we let him out. He seems like he's probably going to be okay, because he was being imprisoned by the Dark Mages. So, enemy of my enemy, right?
But if the Dark Mages imprisoned him to make it look like he was imprisoned, and so that fancy do-gooders take him with them to their Zeppelin, and then he blows up and destroys the airship,
Well, I think we're both in agreement. We're going to wait. We're not going to do it right now.
Well, yeah, no, I was just wondering if we needed to communicate with the Keepers what we had learned, like as far as how the bombs are made, or what we've learned so far.
Yeah, let's see if there are any Keepers left. If not, I guess you're now both over the temple and you're a Keeper. Or maybe Zinies is now the Keeper. Oh, okay. I'm all the Tokars.
I mean, I would just grab all the things that the Keepers are keeping and give them out to those that would defend Parna. And all of Philandria. That's what this continent's called, right?
As long as we get first pick.
Calriga? So when was Philandria?
That's your kingdom.
Oh, yeah. The kingdom. Kingdom, continent, same thing.
By the way, we have a password command now.
I saw that.
Yes.
Oh, I saw. I'm
That's
going to
awesome.
immediately change my Yahoo password to that. I'm sure my Yahoo would never get hacked.
We shouldn't unleash him until we've got taken care of the chill situation too, I would think.
And Enna doesn't know anything about this because she didn't hear you ask him where he was from, and his really weird beginning to when someone says it depends on who you ask, I don't trust you from the start.
explained it why. He said whether it was with his mom or with his dad.
Yeah. But still, I'm asking you. I just asked you. Why are you saying it depends on who you ask?
Daddy was a dark mage. Mom was a keeper.
Yeah, she was a keeper.
Once I get Inna settled, I go back up on deck and just look around and have them set a course for home.
Okay, so yeah, you go down below deck. There's several rooms. Because of the nature of this vessel, there's rooms for you guys which are different from the crew's quarters. And those of you that check out your room, it's pretty nice for being on a giant ship in the air. It's got a nice bed that's been loaded on. As with Chad, he has spent a good deal of money to make sure that you guys are comfortable and that you have everything that you need below. And so as you kind of go back up deck, the captain there is waiting. We set a course home, of course.
Did I get his name?
You did not.
Yeah, what's your name? Half-orc captain, man?
Captain Jazargo.
Jazargo. Very nice to meet you, Captain Jazargo.
And very nice to meet you, Chad. Shall I introduce the rest of the crew at this time?
Sure. I am in an appropriate place to take notes about that. Sure.
All right. So he kind of walks up to the top of the deck and rings a bell. And he rings it 3 times, you kind of notice. And as he walks down, they set the course. And so you guys are kind of on autopilot as you're sailing towards Parna. And you watch as over the course of about 5 minutes, this crew of about 9 individuals all show up in a line. And so Captain Jazargo kind of takes you by the shoulder and he kind of, all right, well, this is my crew. They are here at your beck and call, as am I, and we should have no troubles. We are a freighter crew, and there's no piracy on board. We've had very strict talks about that, so there should be none of the above. Let's go down the line. Here we have, well, we call him Ooj, but he can tell you his full name later. And you see,
first initial is it just? I knew an Ooj once. Is his first initial C?
It's part of his name. They call him Kuji. Yes, it's Kuji. But I can tell you the rest of my lineage later. I've been on board for 6 months, and I am happy to be at your service. This individual is purple, and is a race that none of you have really encountered before. You kind of notice that he has 2 horns on his head, and behind kind of has a tail, and just kind of has devilish qualities. While he doesn't seem like a devil, he seems to have those kind of features.
Seems very much like the Cooge I know.
I don't know anything.
Coogie goo.
Right. So the next one, you see a tall, blonde human woman. This is one of our bells. She goes, "Yes, I am Annabelle. I've been on the crew the longest, next to the captain. 8 years I've been with this vessel, and I've seen it through some tough times. But I'm happy to be here, and I run a little bit of what makes us go, per se. So I make sure that we are going the appropriate speed and that the engines are running smoothly."
Nice to meet you, Annabelle.
Nice to meet you. All right, next we have the twins, and you watch as the height difference from 6 foot goes down to about 3 foot as these 2 gnome-looking creatures are kind of picking at each other, and they're kind of, this is Yuri and Juri. Hi, I'm Yuri. The other one kind of looks, no, I'm Yuri. No. You're Jury. I'm Yuri.
He's Yuri.
Yeah, he's Yuri. I'm Jury.
Yuri's prettier. Sorry, that's
No.
another Serenity reference.
How do I do that? Just out of nowhere. We can skip over them, but they are hospitality. So if there's anything that you will be needing, Yuri and Jury will be the ones that you need to be contacting. And then another one of our bells. This is Isabella. You see a dwarf-looking woman, kind of gruff. She's kind of got one eye kind of squinted, and she just appears to be kind of chewing on something.
I greet her in Dwarvish.
She greets you back in Dwarvish.
What does her beard look like? Is it a really full beard?
It's kind of short, and it's got a little bit more girth to it than length.
Awesome.
And she kind of, after a second, kind of gives you a wink.
Isabella, what's your function on the ship?
Well, I'm navigation with the captain.
Very well.
Right. Moving along, we have our halfling, our token halfling. This is Cade, and Cade is in charge of... What exactly do you... I told you I'm in charge of anything that has to do with the sails, the rigging, or... Oh, what's that other part? Oh, yeah, storage. Right, he's in charge of all of those things. He hasn't been with us very long. We picked him up in Teba. I try not to talk about it. We got him out of a tough spot. Anyways, Cade, thank you for your service. Yeah, anytime.
Thanks, Cade.
All right. We have Drin. This is our... You can tell we kind of seem to pick up a little one of everything. And the green dragonborn in front of you kind of... Yeah, so this is Drin. Yes, I'm Drin. And I'll do anything that you need. This is our weapons expert. Then to round it out, we have Ron and Aaliyah. They are together, I would say. Isn't that right? And Ron is a human man. Aaliyah is an elvish woman with features. And they kind of look in mid-1820s for a human. So elf, she could be who knows what age. But you kind of... They just kind of look shy and don't really say much. They kind of giggle.
What do they do here?
They kind of round things out. So
go where necessary. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that. But the specialists are good at what they do, and we use anyone else that we need. Just manpower per se.
Thank you all.
All right, that'll be all. Go back to your posts. And they kind of disperse and go back to what they were doing. But like I said, if there's anything that you need from us, we're at your beck and call, so we can end up parking in the airfield that you have assembled, and whenever you need us, we'll be on deck. No pun intended.
Cool. Take us to Parna. We just got done with the big fight. We're going to be resting up while we're going there. Please let me know if anything happens or you need anything from me.
Of course. So you guys go to rest. It wouldn't technically be a long rest because you won't get the benefits of it yet. So don't do anything with your spells and hit points, but you guys can take your rest. You will level up to 13 as you guys hit Parna. So anything that you need on a long rest, you won't get that yet, but spells and anything else that you'll need, you will. By the time you reach Parna, you will be level 13. So you'll go to sleep and you'll wake up and you'll be another level. So that's where we'll end on your guys' trip on the airship. Did you need something?
I will take that off stream.
So that's where we'll end the episode. And for you guys, we'll be back next week with another episode. And we'll let you know kind of what's going on with the end of the month with the travel plans and stuff. But we will be here next week for another episode. So thank you for hanging out with us and watching. And feel free to check us out on YouTube. Check out past stuff and any of the other campaigns that are currently going on there. And we'll give you more information on X's campaign as it is detailed. So stay tuned for that. And we love you guys, and we'll check you out next week. So thanks for watching.
I got an airship.